Today kicks off a big week for retail earnings. We find out if the Delta COVID variant is keeping shoppers at home. Plus, Cathie calls out the Big Short's Michael Burry after he bet against her ARK Innovation Fund. And finally, flights from Afghanistan resume as thousands attempt to escape the Taliban. I'm MacKenzie Sigalos, and this is CNBC After Hours. Stocks ended the day lower thanks to new economic data that worried Wall Street. For one, a Chinese report revealed that the world's second largest economy could be slowing down. And here in the U.S., we got our latest round of retail sales data, which looks at consumer shopping habits. Now, Wall Street was expecting a small dip in spending compared to last month, but it actually dropped much lower than that. On top of that, Home Depot and Walmart also reported earnings today. Now, Walmart told investors that it was optimistic toward the rest of the year, but Home Depot saw a slowdown in customers. And neither company knows for sure how the surge in new COVID cases will hurt business. CNBC's big box retail reporter Melissa Repko can break down the state of shopping.
With Walmart and Home Depot earnings today, we saw some early indicators that perhaps some of the pandemic trends are starting to reverse. So it's still early days, but for example, with Walmart, they saw people coming back to stores at higher levels, so more customer traffic at stores and smaller baskets when they came. So they weren't stockpiling like they used to before this quarter. At Home Depot, we saw a reversal in the sense that people were doing fewer do-it-yourself projects and were hiring more home professionals to come into their kitchen or bathroom and do it for them. So that may mean that the way that consumers are thinking and behaving is starting to change. On the one hand, Home Depot said today that they would not provide an outlook for the rest of the year. They said it's too complicated with the Delta variant, supply chains, snafus, and all kinds of different factors. On the other hand, Walmart put up some strong numbers and raised its forecast. So it's really too soon to tell. I think a lot of the big box stores are still working through these different factors, and inflation is another one that they're monitoring. And so we'll see what happens this holiday season. I think for many of them, it's too soon to tell. We got another indicator today about the way that consumers are spending their money, and that was the retail sales number, which missed expectations. While it is a snapshot in time, it could really mean one of two things or a blend of two of them. It's difficult to tease out how much of that is potentially concern about the Delta variant, which may mean people are less inclined to buy new clothes or going out types of items, and that might explain some of the decline. On the other hand, people also may be just spending their money differently. They may be going out and spending more on services like dining out and booking a plane trip rather than buying from stores. So as that goods to services switch happens, that may be reflected in the retail numbers too.
Okay, let's get to the numbers round. We'll start with 5. We just talked about how COVID could put a damper on consumer spending habits. Well, in some parts of the U.S., the rise of COVID-19 is hitting a record pace. 5 states are now reporting their highest levels of new cases as the Delta variant continues to spread. Hospitalizations are surging as well. In Florida, 28% of the state's hospital beds are being used to treat COVID patients. Next, 150. Cathie is calling out Michael Burry after he shorted her popular ARK Innovation Fund. Now, Wood said that Burry, of the Big Short fame, made a great call in the housing market, but doesn't understand the fundamentals of the innovation space. The ARK Innovation Fund saw an impressive 150% gain in 2020, thanks to the success of stay-at-home stocks like Zoom. But this year, the fund is down about 6%. And finally, 640. We can't leave without talking about the situation in Afghanistan. Evacuation flights out of the capital city of Kabul have started again after thousands of Afghans rushed the tarmac on Monday. The U.S. Air Force released photos from one flight showing as many as 640 people crammed into a cargo plane, all hoping to flee the Taliban. You can stay up to date on all the latest developments in Afghanistan by going to CNBC.com and downloading the CNBC app. That's it for After Hours. We'll be back here every Tuesday and Thursday, so be sure to catch us then.